So for this number 2 question, how do I find the value of x? It's actually very, very simple to find the value of x. I talked about tangential rule in the previous video. This is a tangent. Yes, you can draw it out. It's a tangent, which means if here is 35, definitely here will be 35. Interior angle equals exterior angle. So here is 35 degrees. That's the first thing you must note, which means you can say that TRQ equals, that's TRQ, this angle, equals QTP. QTP. What will you say? Interior angle is equal to exterior angle, or interior and exterior angle are equal. So from here, what's the next thing you should do? Now remember, we have to find the value of x. Since I've gotten it here, the next thing you notice is that this is a semicircle. An angle in a semicircle is what? Is right angle. And don't forget, it's that diameter we used to check. Yes, the diameter is not where the perpendicular angle is. The perpendicular is always formed at the what? At the circumference. Now this is the diameter, right? Now if here is 35, that means the sum of this place and the sum of this place must give us 90 degrees, which means you can say TRQ plus this angle now. This angle will be TQR. TQR must give me 90 degrees. Now what will you say? You say
Angle in a semicircle is right angle. And that is theorem in that place. So from that point, we can say our TQR. What's our TQR? Our TQR is 35 plus our TRQ rather. TRQ is 35. Now the next one, TQR. That's this angle. The angle in this place. Now the angle in this place, I don't know it actually. So how do I find the angle in that place? I can say, so from that place we said that will be, we said TQR. We don't know this angle. Let's name it, and let's name it small letter q. Small letter q is equals to 90 degrees. That means from this point I can say, let's find the value of q. So I'm going to say q in that place will be equals to y. Collecting like terms, we said q equals to 90 minus 35, and then equals to that's 55 degree. So if here is 55 degree, there's something I can see again. Angle on a straight line. So what's the angle on a straight line? We said angle on a straight line is what? Is 180. So if here is 55 degree, that means here becomes 180 minus 55, and that's 125. Yes, 125, 125. Okay, how do I name these points now? That's why I can say that. Remember, sum of angle in a triangle is sum up to 180 degree. So I can say PQT, which is 125, plus the next one. Let's come up to this place. We can say PTQ plus the third part. I've talked about Q, I've talked about T. That means very ordinary P. And what's our P? P is X, don't forget. So how do we call it? TPQ, or you say QPT. Our aim is that P must be in the middle. And that's what? QPT. Everything there equals to what? 180. What law is that? Sum of angle in a triangle. So from here, what do you have? What's our PQT? Our Q is 125. 125 plus our T. Our T is 35 degree plus our P is X degree equals to 180 degree. And that's what we have to find. That's what you're almost done. This will give me 170, no, 150, 160. That's 160 plus X equals to 180 degree. By collecting like terms, we say X is then equals to 180 minus 160, and that's 20 degree, which means the value of X in this place is 20 degrees. So for this number 3 question, how do I go by solving it? I've explained this theorem in the previous video, in the circle theorems I dropped earlier. So it's to solve this very, very simple actually. We have not yet to be 5x and we have not yet to be 80. They say find the value of x. Find x. Now how do I find x in this place? Very simple actually, because we remember that what? Angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference, which means times 2 of this will give me the angle in the center, since it's the one that is subtending it. So what do? We said 5x, it's capital letter x, 5x multiply by 2 will give me 80. It must give me what I have here. Yes. Which means if I say 5 times 2, that's 10x equals to 80 degree. 0 can deal with 0, which means x is then equals to that's 8 degree. And that's the final answer for x in that place. Very short and simple. Very short and simple. Now, from this number 4 question, how do we find the value of QPR? Yes. Oh, 5x is not there. I'm sorry for that. QPR. How do I find QPR? What's QPR? QPR. Let's trace it. QPR. But we know that to find this place, it will be half of the angle at the center. But note, this is reflex angle. It's not this point. It must be this part. Now, how do I get this part now? You know that what angle at a point is sum up to 360 degree. So if here is 290 degree, what will be this? That means this part will be the remaining part for it to get to 360. That's 10 plus this is 300. 10 plus 60, that's 70 degree. So here is 70 degree. And if here is 70 degree, how do I find this place? Don't forget, half of this one will give me this one. This one times 2 must give me this one. Let's say here is x that we don't know it. That means 2 times x, let me write one letter x. 2 times x equals to what? 70 degree. That's 2x equals to 70 degree. Divide by 2 by 2, 2 cancel 2. S is then equals to 35 degree. Yeah.